if you learn and you'll understand it. But more importantly, to know how to share and let more people succeed together. This is what we're all about. So finally, dear colleagues, just believe in yourself, take action, learn from others, success stories and everything. And apply them to your own situations. So every step of progress brings you one step closer to success. So stay true, stay strong, and stay with BG. We shall not fail you 100%. I can promise you that. All right, now maybe a minute for some important questions if you have them. That's right, Queen. Only forward, never back.
This is Stephen Beard. He was born in 1985 and grew up in the United Kingdom. He trained in economics, rose through the ranks of finance, and today he is the CEO and owner of BG Wealth, the firm that promises institutional returns to everyday investors. He appears regularly on camera to give updates, explain strategy, and reassure clients about performance. He's the face of the company. He signs the emails. He's on the webinars. When he speaks, people listen because he looks the part. Tidy office, framed certificates, calm delivery. BG Wealth says he's the architect of their strategy and the steward of your capital. Think about that for a second. A professor, a CEO, a public figure you can trust with your money. Except he doesn't actually exist. Tonight I'm taking you through the full investigation into the multi-level marketing company BG Wealth Sharing, what they claim to be, how their business model works, who they say is running the company, and what I found when I started verifying those claims. This is a chronological reconstruction of the evidence.
I want everyone to not back down when we encounter rumors, slander, and defamation from the outside world again in the days ahead. So we must stand on the same front with BG. Unite and firmly safeguard the rights that belongs to us all. I repeat, belongs to us all. We are all equal here in BG. External rumors will not change BG's essence, and nor will they hinder its progress. The unity of every member is the most powerful weapon against rumors and doubts. It is precisely because of our unity that BG can continue to grow stronger. So, friends, no matter where you are in BG, whether you are a recent member or a leader with a significant achievements, as long as you are willing to preserve and work hard, you'll be able to realize your value here.
BG Wealth Sharing presents itself as a financial technology company offering AI-driven trading, quantitative models, and automated arbitrage. Their website describes a system that generates consistent daily returns with minimal risk. They position themselves as a global investment platform with a British CEO, international offices, and a sophisticated trading engine. The compensation plan is structured around fixed daily returns, tiered investment packages, referral bonuses, team-based commissions, and escalating rewards for recruitment. This is a recruitment-driven model. There is no evidence of real trading activity, no audited financials, and no regulatory registration. Before we continue, I want to play a 6-minute video that they uploaded that's a short overview of the entire business model. Let's get into it.
Welcome to BG Wealth Sharing and DSJ Crypto Exchange. We are joining forces in an exciting cooperative partnership to launch an innovative, long-term supplemental income wealth sharing program. This visionary opportunity is designed with the help of AI for individuals eager to start earning consistent supplemental income. Is earning $300 to $600 or even $700 to $900 in monthly supplemental income helpful for you and your family starting next month? By using our unique AI data collection system, along with professional analysis and calculations, our goal is to help individuals achieve financial independence by trading the cryptocurrency market using our trade signals. It is truly remarkable. Over the past 3 years, our trading signals have maintained an incredible accuracy rate of 99.6%. This proven track record of reliability and precision is the key to achieving your financial freedom.
By who?
Let us show you how to make money 7 days a week by simply copying our trading signals. Depending on how quickly you want to achieve your financial goals, you can receive 2 to 4 trading signals per day. All of our members will get 2 standard trading signals at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can speed up your earnings by helping to promote our program.
Push it all. They're all assholes.
However, it is not required, but by doing so, you may qualify for 2 extra bonus signals per day. After the trading signal is released, simply copy and paste the provided codes to start generating profits effortlessly. Let us show you how to take the trades. Once you are registered as a member, you will be invited to join our BondChat trading group. At the specified time, we will release the trading signal that looks something like this. When the signal shows up, all you need to do is copy it. Then switch over to your DSJ trading platform and follow these 3 steps. Step 1. Click on Futures. Step 2. Click on Invited Me, paste the codes here, and click on Confirm. Step 3. Click on Position Order. That's it. Now we just sit back and wait 5 to 10 minutes for the trade to complete to see the profit. Here's a quick snapshot of our DSJ Crypto Exchange program. DSJ Exchange is officially licensed and authorized to operate in over 30 countries and regions worldwide, including the United States, which has recently been approved. You can go to https://www.sec.gov and search for CIK number 00020768856. The website will provide you with additional detailed information about the company. For this presentation, we will just show you the copies of the registrations and certificates. Here is the certificate of the cooperative contract between DSJ Exchange and BG Wealth Sharing. This is a 10-year contract, and 3 years have passed. This means we will have roughly another 7 years remaining as of 2025.
Thanks over here, you jerk!
Don't miss out. Take charge of the time remaining to benefit from our proven 99.6% trading accuracy and secure your financial future today. To participate in our trading program, there is no cost to register and no monthly fees. The only thing you need to decide is how much you want to start your trading account with. You can start as low as $300. But for immediate impact on your finances, we recommend at least $500. As shown on this chart, you can start with $500 and go as high as $5,000 maximum.
Seriously, this is ridiculous.
Depending on your initial startup amount, the individual referring you will receive a referral bonus, and you will also receive initial startup rewards. We know you will agree with us that safety is key. So that's why 100% of your funds are placed in your personal trading account. This means you have 100% control of your money.
They cannot be trusted.
As shown here, 100% goes into your personal account, 0% in the company account.
Cannot be trusted.
As mentioned earlier, promoting and team building are optional steps. There's no need to promote or share this with anyone. Simply focus on executing 2 trades per day, and you can achieve impressive financial results with ease. With that said, the financial rewards can be significantly higher when you choose to share. We encourage you to connect with the person who introduced you to our program to explore the benefits of sharing and learn how the dynamic team volume dividend can boost your earnings potential substantially.
This sounds like a pyramid scheme.
We know and we are confident that our 99.6% accuracy rate will produce a winning trades. But once in a while, the trade transaction may fail. In that case, you will receive an extra trade signal to make up for the failed trade.
Okay, Bill, this is clearly a pyramid scheme. We're not interested.
Let us take a look at an example of a person starting their trading account with $1,000 initial startup. There is a $50 reward to start your trading, so your trading balance is $1,050. Our system is set up to trade only 1% of your total trading balance. This means only $10.50 is used to take your first trade. Now we will show you the outcome of your first 30 days of trading. Day 1, $10.50 is used for your first transaction. The profit for your first trade is $7.35. On the second trade, you make $7.40. Your ending total for the day is $1,064.75.
Sounds like a scam.
For day 2, you risk $10.64 and make $7.45 on your first trade.
Then on the second trade, you make $7.51. You end day 2 with $1,079.71 as you continue to execute your 2 trades per day for 30 days. Here is the outcome. On day 30, your account will have grown from $1,000 to almost $1,600.
From this example, we can see that anyone looking to earn $300 to $600 per month in supplemental income, we can help you accomplish that in the first month. Here is another example.
If you start with $3,000 initial startup, doing exactly the same thing as the previous example, your $3,000 will grow to almost $4,800 at the end of 30 days. Lastly, for those of you who can start with $5,000,
at the end of 30 days, your account will have grown from $5,000 to almost $8,000 in 30 days. This is just a brief overview of our trading program.
It's a scam. It's a scam. And I refuse to be scammed.
If you're seeking an opportunity to earn supplemental income, this could be the ideal solution for you. We'd like to hear your thoughts on what you think about our program.
It's a scam.
Please get back with the person who shared this video with you. Thank you.
Shut up, you fucking
BG Wealth claims to be an MLM, but the structure they present is really just a deposit and recruitment system. Members join by depositing money into one of their trading packages, which start at a few $100s and scale upward into the thousands depending on the tier. They advertise 7 levels of commissions and bonuses, but every level is tied directly to how much money your recruits deposit, not to any real product or service. In many jurisdictions, paying people for recruitment rather than for sales is illegal or non-compliant with MLM law, yet BG Wealth's entire payout system is based on exactly that. You earn more only when you bring in more people who put in more money. The trading story is just the wrapper. The actual compensation structure is a multi-level recruitment chain built around deposits, not legitimate sales. Now that you understand what BG Wealth claims to be, let's look at who they claim is running the company. On their website, they list a CEO named Stephen Beard. And according to the website, Stephen Beard was born in 1985, is single, British, likes fitness, boxing, swimming, travel, golf, and etc. His finance major at Oxford Brookes University is one of the most recognized fields. The university's finance major usually covers a wide range of financial fields, including investment banking, financial markets, corporate finance, international finance, and other aspects. The Department of Finance obtained a master's degree and doctorate in finance. And that is the official biography. I want to introduce you to the person BG Wealth claims is Stephen Beard. I found a live stream he did on March 15th of this year, 2026. It is extremely revealing in terms of cadence, tone, presentation, and how he communicates. So let's get into that.
Maybe that's because I'm trying to hide.
I don't think so. It's just the connection, I think, today.
Probably the connection, yes, because judging by these times, hard to say what can expect us tomorrow because, some experts even saying that the World War III already started, but so anything can happen, my friends, especially with the internet, because this is particularly like a weapon right now in the wrong hands, unfortunately, especially talking about our rivals.
Oh, me?
Right now. Well, I suppose we can begin. Maybe connection will be better within a time. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I would like to congratulate you ladies, Gaga and Linda, was achieving level 9 now. So next one is level 10, I guess.
Absolutely, sir. Soon. Thank you so much for your mentorship and guidance, Dr. Beard. It wouldn't not have happened if it was not you from day one. So thank you so much. We appreciate you.
It's all all the rewards belongs to you. It's all your hard work, nothing upon me. So let's begin. Yeah, everybody are here, more than we need actually, but should be fine. So yeah, I'll try to make my speech now because maybe we should wait. But probably that won't give us anything if we just keep waiting.
No, Dr. Beard, it's good. Connection is good. We can see you. We are recording. So
all right.
Continue.
All right. So I'd like to start with a little bit of a history of BG and cryptocurrency itself. So you probably know that over the past decade, the cryptocurrency industry has, let's just say, experienced remarkably rapid growth, right? So, and what began as a technical concept understood by only a small number of people has now become an important part of the global financial market. And 10 years ago, many people did not even know what blockchain technology was, let alone understand the significance of digital assets. However, as technology has advanced and the market has matured, so more and more people have come to realize that this is not merely a technological innovation, right? So, but the transformation of the financial system itself. So today, whether in North America, Asian markets, or regions such as the Middle East or in South America, well, countries are actively exploring the development of digital assets. And more nations are establishing regulatory frameworks. So, and an increasing number of financial institutions are entering this industry. So many large investment institutions, fund companies, and technology enterprises have already begun participating in the development of blockchain and digital asset sectors. So this shows one clear reality. The cryptocurrency industry has gradually moved from its early exploratory stage towards a more, let's just say, mature phase, right? So, of course, when an industry develops rapidly, opportunities will naturally increase, but so will the risks, right? We should never forget about this. Because when a market begins to generate significant wealth, it inevitably attracts all kinds of people to enter the industry. So some people genuinely wish to contribute to the development of the industry, while others simply want to make just say money as quickly as possible by any means necessary. So therefore, in the cryptocurrency industry, we often see two different types of platforms, right? The first type consists of platforms that are regulated, are properly licensed, and built with long-term development plans. So the second type includes platforms with no regulatory background at all. So relying solely on marketing and promotion to attract just investors. That's it. So a few days ago, one of our team members sent me a message and shared something with me. He said that someone had been repeatedly recommending a so-called new project to him. So every day, they posted messages in the group claiming how high the returns were, how quickly people could make money, and even promising very attractive profits within a short period of time, of course. So at the beginning, he was somewhat tempted as well, because from what he saw in the group, it seemed as though everyone was making money. So every day, there were screenshots, every day there were records of profits, and every day people were sharing so-called success stories. But later, he realized there was a very important problem. Well, this problem had, this platform had no regulatory information at all. So there were no publicly known team members, and no one was willing to step forward and face the community. So many of the so-called leaders were nothing more than a profile picture and a name. That's it. So, and after some time, the platform suddenly began to encounter various issues. At first, withdrawals were rejected and restricted, even so. So then they claimed the system was under maintenance. Eventually, the entire website became inaccessible. And a lot of people who had invested money could no longer withdraw their funds.
You don't say.
So when he later reflected on the situation, he finally realized something also very important about this. A truly reliable platform never relies on exaggerated promotion to attract people. A genuinely stable platform is basically built over time through a solid system and real strengths and real people, of course, people we know. So later he said something to me that left a deep impression on me. He said, if I had recognized these issues earlier, I would not have been misled by those fraudulent projects. In fact, situations like these are not uncommon in this industry, unfortunately. So many people only learn how to judge whether a project is real or fake after experiencing a loss. So that is why I hope everyone can understand these lessons before something like this happens, rather than regretting it only after suffering a loss. So it is precisely for this reason that recently I have noticed more and more projects appearing in the market that are imitating BG Wealth Sharing. So they imitate our model, imitate our systems, and they even copy the way we promote and present our platform. So why does this happen? The reason is actually quite simple. When a platform becomes increasingly successful, there will inevitably be others who try to imitate it, right? So they see the growth of BG Wealth Sharing and recognize the success of this model. However, they can only copy the surface, while the real core behind it just simply cannot be replicated. And therefore, I would like to take this opportunity to remind everyone of something very important again. What is the most essential foundation of a truly legal and compliant project? In the cryptocurrency industry, if a platform wants to operate and exchange legally, develop the market, and recruit globally, it is absolutely impossible to achieve this merely through promotion and packaging. A platform that can truly develop in the long term must be built upon legitimate qualifications and a proper regulatory framework, right? So I can state this very clearly. Both the DSGX exchange and which we cooperate with, and BG Wealth Sharing, possess top series of SEC from the United States of America, Security and Exchange Commission, related licenses, and compliant regulatory framework. So I have it here now, such as this. If, of course, it regards to American market, which is not very easy to achieve, by the way. So basically, this is fundamental requirement that any truly legitimate platform must possess.
According to the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission, BG Wealth Sharing Limited is actually not registered with them. I repeat, they are not registered with them.
Therefore, everyone should remember one important thing. If a project does not have this kind of certificate, then no matter how impressive they claim to be, they exaggerated their promotion is, or how extraordinary the returns they promise may sound, it cannot change one simple fact. It is very likely an illegal and non-compliant project. So please make sure you remember that. It's all about the certificates in first place. just like when you buy a house, right? You would like to see the papers first, right? Not just to talk to a landlord. So in this industry, many projects really purely on marketing and promotion. They rely on that to attract people, yet they never dare to face the public openly. So basically, a platform that is truly legitimate, genuine, and built for a long-term operation will never be afraid of transparency. So you often notice that many so-called project founders never show their faces and never dare to hold an open live video meetings. So if you ask to have a video conversation with the suppose like CEO or someone else of this project, you will usually receive vague or evasive responses that in the end you will never actually see the person. They certainly will not do what we do here, regularly meeting everyone face to face through open communication. So the reason is actually very simple. What is false will always remain a false. So they do not dare to be public because once things are exposed to the public, many truths can be no longer can be hidden. So thanks God, we're different. A different type of platform.
Stephen Beard gives directions for how to pull out your funds and asks that someone provide their ID. And they respond, but she can't answer my questions. Why can't I find your information anywhere outside of the BG Wealth website? Just want to be sure I put my money in good hands. Stephen says, did you add Alina03? Yes. You guys are just asking me to add and talk to the other person. Stephen drops this link. BG662.com. What does that mean? I'm asking for your credentials outside of your website, please, sir.
Sir, stop calling me sir.
Stephen replies, this is BG's official website. You can see my personal information and company information here. I have funds, but my wife will kill me if I lose them. Please share Oxford credentials outside of the site. So weird that I can't find you. So Stephen drops a BG Wealth Sharing Limited Australian Company Investment Partnership Commitment Letter. There that is. This is the only way she will let me, sad crying face. We are in America. What about SEC? So Stephen replies, once you join BG, I will be responsible for your income. As long as you trade according to my signals, I guarantee 100% profit. She only sees bad reviews and won't let me. That's great, but I can't find you, sir.
Stop calling me sir.
So Stephen sends a whole bunch of screenshots of some alleged transactions and proof that BG Wealth exists, I guess. And then he also sends the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission alleged certificate for DSJ Exchange Party Limited. Then Stephen shares the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission for BG Wealth Sharing Limited and some more information apparently proving that he's registered the company with the SEC. And then he drops this link. And that link doesn't lead to anything, at least not anymore. So the person responds, but your SEC filing was not approved. So Stephen says, our BG's US office is currently under construction. The SEC RIA license requires a physical office for registration, but we already have SEC RIA qualifications, and the SEC RIA license has already been mailed to our headquarters. I have the certificate in my possession. Oh, would you look at that? And then they say, also, why is website only 3 weeks old? I'm sorry, but I have lose money before. Apologies, sir.
Stop calling me sir.
There is just no sign of your existence anywhere outside of your brand new website. Stephen says, I can't search your name on Google either, and I'm not a celebrity. Are you? Everyone has their own privacy. and they ask, why does this show from earlier this year? And the conversation ends with Steven saying, please contact my assistant, Alina. She will guide you through the extraction process and verify your personal information on your DSJ account. And also, bind your crypto wallet address.
We're willing to face all members openly. We're willing to communicate with everyone through real video meetings and transparent conversations because we believe that true strength does not need to be hidden, right? So if you look closely, you'll notice that these imitators are copying our promotional benefits, copying our operational model, and even trying to associate their names with ours in every possible way. So why do they imitate us? In the end, it is not because BG has done so well, has remained stable and has given people genuine hope, right? So precisely because we are walking ahead, other platforms follow behind trying to imitate us. So, but while it is easy to copy appearances, copying real strengths, vision, and responsibility is something not everyone can achieve. So, and to be honest, many of them cannot even imitate the appearance properly. Just to put it more directly, a platform that truly has confidence, strength, and responsibility will never hide behind a mask forever. So platforms like ours have a CEO who is willing to step forward publicly, meet everyone, and face questions openly. Then, that in itself shows confidence. And of course, it also shows responsibility. So, on the other hand, those who constantly hide in the shadows, carefully crafting an image, yet never daring to appear in person. People should remain clear-headed about them, please. We would like to remind you about that as well. So, next. And therefore, when you are not yet familiar with a project, just do not rush to believe it. And certainly, do not allow a few possessive words from others to easily shake your judgment. No matter how impressive something sounds, it will never carry as much weight as genuine compliance, transparency, and verifiable credentials, right? This is one of the most important keys, I would say. This is not about marketing things difficult for others. It is about protecting yourself and being responsible for your own funds and your future, of course. So the reason I say this thing is not to restrict you, not to blame you, anyone. So or my colleague, my member of BG, which it's just because I regard you as a family that I remind you again and again. Many people learn only a little and understand only the surface, yet quickly become restless, believing there must always be a faster money or an easier path somewhere else. And in the end, they are either taken advantage of or fall into traps that were prepared long before. So along the journey of BG, we have always maintained an official, transparent, professional, and respectful attitude towards every partner. So we also have always placed we grow together and supporting one another, right? And at the center of that's what we do, actually. That's why we build those centers. So you must understand that someone who is willing to share opportunities with you and walk alongside you is already offering you a form of support. So life should not only be about personal gain, it is also about gratitude, appreciation, and the willingness to help others when you're able. So only by supporting one another can we truly work together. And also about the help and assistance others. Like, do not rush to help everybody. That regards only to BG, because when a person asks for your help personally, then you help. Because I don't remember who said it, but I remember I saw maybe a movie or some, I don't remember. But he said, "Why are you saving me? I'm living here. I feel comfortable here." So some people are like this. We're trying to help because we're thinking that this is for the best for them, but we do not know actually what this person is up to. Like maybe this person is comfortable in his misery, so we better not touch it. Just like I said, choose the right proper BG material. People like us. So so from today onwards, I hope everyone will keep their eyes clearer, their minds steadier, and steps more grounded. Right. So do not be easily carried away by sweet-sounding promises from outside, and do not allow temporary curiosity to make you doubt those who have genuinely taken responsibility for you, protected you, and considered you best interest, your best interest. So if there is something you need to be reminded of, I will remind you. If there is something you need to be protected from, I will do my best to protect you, because I do not want you to take unnecessary detours. And I certainly do not want you to be taken advantage of. But you have to ask about it. If you have doubts, not a problem, discuss it with me. Professor, something is wrong. I don't feel that I belong here, or I feel that something is wrong with BG itself. So not a problem, we can discuss it. But the initiative is supposed to come from you. So listening carefully is not a disadvantage, and being cautious is not a weakness, of course. Truly wise people always know how and who they should walk with and how, so that they do not disappoint themselves in the end, right? Because we can only disappoint ourselves on it. So think about it carefully. Many of you here have already become level 1 or level 2 leaders. You have built your own teams within BG and have begun to earn stable profits. These achievements did not come overnight, right? They are the result of your persistence and effort, step by step, sleepless nights and hard work. So let me ask you one question. Are you really willing to give up everything you have worked so hard to build and go to another project just to start again as someone else's subordinate, to start from zero and build success for someone else, or not? Just need to think about it. Unfortunately, yes, I would like to have an open conference to talk to everyone who's raising a hand, but unfortunately, there's so many people we simply do not have, we physically do not have time for this. Unfortunately, that's the problem. That I wish to be an AI in this case. I could respond to everybody. So sometimes my words may sound a little direct, but it is precisely because I regard you as my own people that I remind you to think carefully and observe more clearly. Please do not allow temporary excitement or outside noise to cloud your judgment, right? So today I would also like to leave you with 3 sentences. I hope you'll remember them. So how far a person can go depends on who they walk with. How capable a person becomes depends on who guides them. And how successful a person is depends on who stands beside them. So please remark that. In life, the most important thing is not simply how hard you work, but what kind of circle you stand in and what kind of people you move forward with. So the people you stay close to will gradually shape the person you become. So, and if you walk with people who are positive, focused, and broad-minded, your path will only become wider and brighter. But if you constantly allow outside noise, just to keep you out of this then you know what's going to happen. So tomorrow, you need to try to fix something if something is wrong. Please remember about this. And remember this simple truth. Follow bees and you will find flowers. Follow flies and you will end up with something else. That's my grandfather used to say this. So if you want to become a certain kind of person, you must stay close to those who already are around you, with the people who you make money with. And well, we really hope that you feel as home at BG. And when you choose the right people to work with, choose the right platform and focus on doing one thing well, the road ahead will naturally become brighter. So many times, what I hope to see is not that you move quickly, but that you move steadily, continuing forward until the day you truly reach your own success. And today there is only one core purpose in sharing all of this with you. That is to help everyone truly understand what a legitimate and compliant platform is. And what is merely a project but built on marketing and packaging. In this industry, there are indeed many opportunities, but there are also risks, right? We all remember about this. So please do not forget about it. Now, do not ignore the risk behind it simply because you see promises or high returns, right? You may take a look, why not? It's all right to explore, but please keep in mind because there's no easy money in this world. You need to work hard. That's what I know from my experience, right? So you can ask yourself a very simple question, of course. If the project is truly as good and as profitable as they claim, then why is it that within the BG Wealth Sharing team, your leaders, level 6 managers, or even level 7 senior leaders are not participating in it? So it's very simple. They work in this industry every single day. So they have access to more information than most people. And if that project were truly better than BG Wealth Sharing, so they would have joined it a long time ago, right? But the reality is that they have chosen to continue developing their teams within BG Wealth Sharing. The reason is actually very simple. People who truly understand this industry will always choose a platform that is legal and stable, and of course capable of long-term development, not just for a few months, and that's it. So I hope everyone will maintain clear judgment. Do not allow any moment of greed to damage their teams and networks that you have worked so hard to build. This message is directly pointed to people that know the situation about their own current situation in Beijing. I'm sure they hear me. And please remember this, there may be many opportunities, but there are not many platforms that are truly worthy of long-term trust. And BG Wealth Sharing is exactly the kind of platform that proves itself through time and real strength. And all right, that's enough about this self-advertisement. But in any case, we do know two kinds of people. That's what I wanted to discuss earlier, like as it regards to new members, right? So sometimes we meet two kinds of people, those who are quiet and those who are bragging about their wealth, right? Success and everything else. But in reality, is basically nothing. So please, you better rely on people who are actually acting, not just speaking, all right? Find the proofs, because actions are the best proof. That's why ladies love men, just because they act, they do something about it, not just saying, right? Because telling her saucy tales or something like that is, of course, beautiful, but you're also supposed to act and prove yourself somehow. So And finally, let me briefly summarize the key points from today's meeting in these 3 simple reminders. So when you encounter other investment projects, ask them whether they possess legitimate regulatory licenses and compliance credentials, right? So when faced with outside temptations, ask whether they are willing to communicate openly through face-to-face video meetings, conference, and so on. And when faced with temptation, ask yourself whether you can resist the temptation and protect your wealth. So please remember this. A platform that is truly worthy of long-term trust is one that can withstand the test of time and verification. Yeah, because at the moment we started, we opened BG, there were many platforms, but I don't see them anymore. I'm not saying that they're scams or anything like this, no, because I don't have any proofs, so I do not speak about it.
You don't say.
But in any case, maybe something went wrong. So yeah, but time passed. We've proved that we are strong, capable, and professional. And this is our best proof. We, of course, can't promise you a high return that you're going to buy yourself a Ferrari next day you join us.
Withdrew $15,800 just doing copy and paste. This is truly a blessing. I've withdrew 3 times already. Original investment was $500, went up to $2,500 in 2.5 months. But that's because I had already recruited 6 people. Otherwise, it would have been just $1,100 in 2 months. I then withdrew $1,500 out. I turned around and topped up with $10,000 December 6, 2025, January 26, 2026, just 1 month and 20 days, it went up to $28,000. I then withdrew $11,400 in January 26, leaving $17,000. Now it's back up to $20,000 because I'm trading at 1.8%.
But everything built slowly. Every solid foundation and everything like this, even well, first you need to make sure that the platform is correct, the foundation of the platform, the house, right? Before you build a house, you need to see the ground, right? So make sure that the ground is solid, and that's it, and you'll see, you'll understand. So I hope everyone will maintain rational judgment, lead your teams well, and seize the opportunities in front of you. So even if you're planning to choose another platform, God bless you, and we don't want to step in your way, but I just made it clear to remind you, how can you make sure that your funds are safe, at least? All right. So that basically concludes today's meeting. If you ladies would like to add something, just please go on ahead.
Thank you so much, Dr. Beard. We appreciate you. Today's lesson was very nice. We appreciate the summary for sure. I absolutely have to second you on this because, you know, when I started 14.5 months ago and we did a video Zoom call, you know, like 30 days, me being a BG member, that conversation, that 20 minutes that you gave me at that time, changed my life. And you did share this, you know, even at that time that, Gagan, we are new, but we've been in the industry for a very long time. I clearly remember you said, the fund safety is there, and I will not promise high returns, but what I will promise is the fact that it's going to be long-term. So if you can persist, you can learn. I mean, I knew a little bit about digital assets. I knew about cryptocurrency, but what I didn't know was the long-term collaboration. So thank you for being who you are, and that is you show up and you deliver. And that's what we as leaders are doing here. We are showing up for our leaders. We're showing up in the community. We are showing up with our results that we create, because that's what you're teaching us. Not to engage in the market with arguments or whatever. We can stay calm and we can continue building our community and doing our trades, following the signals, and let our results speak for who we are and what we create together as a community. So thank you so much, Dr. Beard, for this time. You are amazing. And thank you for great benefits that you offer for those who want to learn about digital assets and financial literacy. So thank you so much, Dr. Beard. Back to you.
Well, you have such a good memory. I don't remember what happened yesterday. Must be getting old. That's good.
I remember, because that moment, 30 days me into the program, the conversation we had, that left a mark, because I only started with 200 USDT, Dr. Beard. So for you to give me your 20 minutes, that gave me a very different belief system for the project, for the company, for you, because you're not only the CEO, you're actual founder of the company. So BG is your baby, so you want every member to understand what BG stands for. And I think for like almost 8 months, I didn't even know what BG stood for, except the fact that it was being and growth. I mean, that's all I knew, because that's what you lead with. The belief system, how this can change people, how we can learn from the platform, how can we come in as a community in this collaboration, because you don't make money till we don't make money. I mean, that's one of the beauty about our project, because you made me 2 promises and you said, Gagan, I will never take advantage of any BG member, no matter where they come from. And 2, I will make sure that the funds are always safe and there is no loss. And you've kept that word, not only for me, but for over 600,000 families all over the world. So thank you so much for doing what you do every day.
Thank you. Thank you for your warm words. I think I'm going to cry after this meeting, but surely I will not show it. So in any case, right, the first one is the faith, right? But trust can only be built through time, right? Just like with the BG. When you trust the person, trust this platform, there's nothing can stop you right now. All right, so have to run. Thank you all very much. Once again, congratulations with level 9, ladies. And thank you everyone for taking your time out of your busy schedules for the Sunday. So we all now can go and take a rest, or maybe work a little bit more. All right, see you next time.
All right, thank you so much. Good night, Dr. Beard. Thank you. For those of you who are still here, I hope you got the opportunity to see Dr. Beard, meet him, learn from him, because it is important that we do take notes and make sure that we are coming in with an open mind and an open heart.
The woman who was speaking during that meeting was a woman named Linda. And she's a level 9 in BG Wealth, as you heard. Her real name is Linda Wynn, spelled the same as Julie Wynn from On Passive. But they are not related, it's a pretty common name. And she's been trying to be a multi-level marketing guru coach for several years now. Even before she was in BG Wealth, she claimed to be an MLM coach. Linda's entire Facebook is dedicated to BG Wealth. She posts about it constantly. And she even brought her team from, what she was doing before she was in BG Wealth. So it's another case of the MLM team moving to a new MLM and looking like it grew ever so quickly. Linda here also has a YouTube account with over 8,000 subscribers, and as you can see, she posts a lot about BG Wealth on there. If you go to her About section and you view her email address, you will see that it is actually tram.dt1980. This is because her real name is Tramwin. She goes by Linda as her Western name.
I love Westerns.
And she was born in 1980. But this live stream isn't about Linda. We can look further into her in future. This is all about Mr. Stephen Beard. Professor Dr. Stephen Beard, right? After watching several videos comparing his presentation style to the biography on the website and reviewing the academic claims, it became clear that the information did not align. At this point, I needed to learn more. My first stop was behind MLM. BG Wealth Sharing Limited is a Colorado shell company registered by Fong Sam International Accounting Firms on April 13th, 2025. Here is the registration here with an address of 1312 17th Street, Suite 600, Denver, Colorado. Remember that, because that address provided for BG Wealth Sharing Limited belongs to Postnet, a virtual mail provider. Here is a picture of the 17th Street address. As you can see, it's a Postnet, so just a P.O. box. Fong Sam International Accounting Firm doesn't appear to exist. The Colorado address provided for the purported firm belongs to Colorado Registered Agent. On its website, Colorado Registered Agent pitches virtual office services and business formation services. And then Oz at Behind MLM identified that BG Wealth Sharing fits into a pattern of platforms using Chinese back-end infrastructure, Chinese corporate registrations, and recycled website templates. And this is where I found the first structural clue: the connection to China. This was the first indication that BG Wealth was not a British-led fintech company, but part of a larger international pattern. But you know me, and that was definitely not enough for me. So I wanted to go to Google and figure out what I could find on there. And that is when everything changed. But first, let me introduce you to one of my besties. Danny DeHeck had been tracking this amazing scam called CR Group LLC, also USEX, and how it collapsed. CR Group LLC was operating through USEX. It was another copy and paste trading platform. And eventually, the withdrawals stopped. By mid-December, members were being told that withdrawals were temporarily paused. And then all of a sudden, members were told that they needed to pay a 20% verification amount calculated on their account balance before they could withdraw anything at all. They had a deadline, and if they missed it, their funds would be locked for years. As withdrawals became harder and questions increased, members were told to leave Telegram and move to a platform called BonChat. BonChat is not a widely used messaging platform. It offers very little transparency around message retention, moderation, or record keeping. But what it does allow is strong control over conversations. So members started reporting that messages were disappearing. Entire discussion threads were just vanishing. Their own posts were no longer visible, but then all the official announcements remained untouched, proving it wasn't a technical glitch, it was environmental control, part of the BITE model. Multiple victims identified a Mr. Ryan Alexander Wall as being associated with the Mantis Group and positioned as someone with influence or authority within the CR Group LLC USEX ecosystem. Danny reached out to him for a comment and he didn't answer his phone. Then I got to this part where it says this is the same scam as BG Wealth Sharing. Different names, same mechanics. Signal-based trading, private group hierarchies, mentors, and professors. Early withdrawals to build trust. Sudden rule changes. Locked withdrawals. A demand for more money. Platform migration. Blame shifted onto users. BG Wealth and CR Group LLC USEX are actually the same exact thing. Eventually, CR Global USEX rebranded as Signal Raiders. It was the same team that operated under USEX, CR Wealth, and CR Investment Group running BonChat Telegram Group. There was a minimum of $1,000 US deposits and false claims of Financial Markets Authority approval. The new brand was Signal Raiders, signalraiders.com. But the Avengers removed that website on the 25th of October 2025. They had fake incorporation documents, including this flashy certificate from British Columbia, Canada. Certificate of Incorporation Business Corporations Act, saying that they were incorporated under the Business Corporations Act on March 20th, 2025, signed by a TK Sparks. Yeah, this is fucking fake. So the Financial Markets Authority in New Zealand has identified and listed hundreds of domain names previously used to promote this ongoing investment scam. And here they all are here, starting with 133exchange.com and in alphabetical order, ending at rayttp.com. I'll leave a link to this down below. After Danny published this article, there was a legal threat issued by Andrew Davis of Treadwell's Law because of Hohepa Patia, who was heavily promoting this scam out of New Zealand. Here are some screenshots of Mr. Patia actively promoting this Signal Raiders scam. This image was very, very telling because in the bottom right corner here it says, having dinner with Hek. And he just got his third signal from the professor, also his shout. So this scam, of course, had someone named the professor that was sending them all of their payments and information. Which then brings us back to Stephen Beard, who doesn't exist outside of BG Wealth Sharing's website and is assumed to be a fictional identity. So now that we know who BG Wealth Sharing was before they became BG Wealth Sharing, I really needed to find out who this Professor Stephen was. Who is Professor Stephen Beard then, if he doesn't exist? Back on Google, I went to search Stephen Beard, and you really can't find any information about him besides the BG Wealth information about him. There is nothing about him anywhere else. Apparently, he conducts daily study sessions dedicated to the growth and grooming of investors. So back to the current BG Wealth website I went, and again, it says that Stephen Beard, born 1985, British national, majored in finance at Oxford Brookes University, where he completed one of the university's well-regarded finance programs. They just can't tell us which one, but he got a master's degree and a PhD in finance. A woman named Jennifer on Reddit had written to Oxford Brookes and requested some of his dissertations, since he has his PhD, and they responded saying, "Dear Jennifer, we do not have a record of this person being awarded a PhD at Oxford Brookes University. With best wishes, Catherine, part of the research degrees team at the Headington campus." Thank you, Catherine. It's been a joy. Great job. It says here that before joining the International Monetary Fund, IMF, Stephen Beard served as an executive at Gemini. Oh wow, what a background to have. Except there was never a Stephen Beard as one of the executives at Gemini. There was, however, a Marshall Beard, who was the chief operating officer. About a month ago, he stepped down. No record of anyone named Stephen ever being any kind of officer there. In this section on the website, the BG Wealth Sharing Investment Group founded by Stephen Beard in 2018, it claims that this was founded by Stephen Beard on behalf of the International Monetary Fund to participate in the creation of Investing's subsidiary. That doesn't make sense. The IMF is the International Monetary Fund. The IMF works with governments, not private shell companies. Any IMF-related entity would be documented, regulated, and publicly disclosed. It is also subject to strict international oversight. Therefore, this claim is demonstrably false. If Mr. Stephen Beard here had investment expertise that spans equities, futures, funds, and cryptocurrency, and he has extensive experience it's working with commercial banks, investment banks, financial services firms, and manufacturing companies within the commercial finance sector. Who the heck is Stephen Beard? There's a blurb here that says, when was the DSJ Exchange platform founded? DSJ Exchange was founded in April 2022 by former Argos engineer Karen Sandler. The company is registered in Australia and Singapore as DSJ Exchange Limited and has physical offices in Australia and Singapore. And that had me thinking that maybe I should go back to the documents that I already knew existed. Oz had posted this screenshot in his article. And on the BG Wealth Sharing website, if you scroll down, you are met with the US SEC licenses, apparently. The Australian license, BG Wealth Sharing Limited Stock Certificates, whatever that is. BG Wealth Sharing Co. Limited registration certificate from the state of Colorado. We already know that these are fake certificates. But there's another problem. On the 20th of August 2025, the FMA published network of group chats and fake investment platforms linked to high-risk Ponzi-style investment scam, first warned as TXEX. They mention that it's a high-risk investment scam using messaging apps, including WhatsApp, Viber, Telegram, and phone chat. And when you scroll all the way down, you are going to be met with a list of these scams. Here are several of the websites here. They've been updating it since it was published. And at the very, very top, updated on the 15th of January 2026, is BG Wealth Sharing Group. Well, that's not all. The 3rd of December 2025, there was a press release from the National Reserve Bank of Tonga, in which they warned of BG Wealth Sharing and DSJ Exchange. On January 28th of 2026, the British Columbia Securities Commission here in Canada put out a bulletin saying that BG Wealth Sharing is not registered with the BC Securities Commission. They advised everyone to beware of this scam. On February 17th, 2026, the Alberta Securities Commission put out an investor alert, warning the public about suspected investment scheme called BG Wealth Sharing, which they also said was linked to the DSJ Exchange. They also advised that the scheme should not be confused with BG Wealth Group Inc. or other BG Wealth entities that appear to be operating as an Ontario-based real estate investment and financial consultancy group. Glad they said that because I was confused at first. On March 2nd, 2026, the Financial and Consumer Affairs Authority in Saskatchewan also put out an investor alert warning about BG Wealth Sharing Group and the DSJ Exchange, also stating that this company is not registered with them. On March 10th, 2026, Utah Department of Commerce, of all places,
You don't say.
put out an investor alert warning about BG Wealth Sharing Limited and the DSJ Exchange. And on the 12th of March 2026, ComCom New Zealand published a warning about a potential pyramid scheme, TXEX. It says it has several other names including USX, CR Global, Signal Trader, BG Wealth Sharing Group, and DSJX. It also tells you to go to the Financial Markets Authority for the full list of all their known names. And even Australia put out a warning about the BG Wealth Sharing Investment Group, saying that they're not licensed in January of this year. Also, in January of this year, the Philippine Securities and Exchange Commission put out a whole SEC advisory about BG Wealth Sharing Limited and even mentioned Professor Stephen Beard. And again, the DSJ Exchange. They also say that they are not registered with them either. Shouldn't be having a problem with these registrations.
Any truly legitimate platform must possess. Therefore, everyone should remember one important thing. If a project does not have this kind of certificate, then no matter how impressive they claim to be, they exaggerated their promotion is, or how extraordinary the returns they promise may sound, it cannot change one simple fact. It is very likely an illegal and non-compliant project. So please make sure you remember that.
So I decided I needed to take an even closer look at these registrations. And boy, did I ever fall down a rabbit hole. Canada's really been pushing back hard against this thing, and I found BG Wealth Sharing Limited Canada's post. And it says, is BG Wealth Sharing Limited legally registered and transparent? Yes, it is. According to public records from the Colorado Secretary of State, BG Wealth Sharing Limited was legally established on April 13th, 2025, and is currently in good standing. It's not 2018 though. Then they leave a business number identity ID. They say that the head office is at 1312 17th Street, Suite 600, Denver, Colorado. That the legal representative is Stephen Beard. Remember that. And they leave a tax identification number, EIN, which they say is issued by the IRS, which is in the USA. According to the IRS, the employment identification number, the EIN, is a 9-digit number that IRS assigns in the following format: 2 numbers, a dash, and then 7 more numbers. It's used to identify the tax accounts of employers and certain others who have no employees. So according to this post, the EIN number is 33-4521445. Starts with 33. Except also according to the IRS website, the first 2 digits of your EIN show the IRS campus that is signed in. So here we have the IRS campus or location with valid EIN prefixes, so the first 2 numbers. And if we search on here, we'll find 33 right here at the start of Philadelphia. Well, that's definitely not near Denver. One's on the east, the other's on the west. So let's look up the actual business number entity ID and look at this Colorado registration. Here it is here. So yep, we got the same entity ID, BG Wealth Sharing Limited. We got the same address, apparently in good standing. The jurisdiction is Colorado. And we have the Fong Sam International Accounting Firms, just like we knew we did. Except the address at 1312 17th Street, Suite 600 has a lot of business entities attached to it because it's just a post box, right? P.O. box for fake shell companies to use. But I just wanted to bring up too that Fong Sam International Accounting Firms is not Stephen Beard being the legal representative. So you're wrong. So then I went to go look up DSJ Exchange Party Limited. The date of formation was June 30th, 2025. It's also out of Colorado, and it's at 3190 South Vaughn Way, Aurora. Just had to double check everything. So here is the actual form, and yes, Colorado, 3190 South Vaughn Way. And the name on this one is Geraldo Y. Parral. Very interesting. Apparently, he's the director. When we look up the address at 3190 Vaughn Way in Aurora, we are just met with this, get an address. So it's just an office building that you can literally rent for less than $100 a month. So I went back to Mr. Geraldo Y. Parral, and you'll notice there's a couple of other companies here listed with his agent name. There's a ZBT DEX Internet Technology Inc. from 2024 that was non-compliant, and Oasis Technology LLC, which is delinquent. Here we go right here. Here's all the companies that are attached to this man. So here is the ZBT Sex Internet Technology Inc. I don't know how to pronounce that, but you're gonna notice that it's also at the 17th Street address. But since Stephen was allegedly from the UK, I decided to look it up in the UK. And funny thing is that I found one there too, because they've also claimed to have one there. BG Wealth Sharing Limited with the address London. And when you scroll down, you see that on August 19th, 2024, the director was Lucero Donald. And then it's listed that the correspondent's address is in Denver. And when I scroll down, you can see that this man is also connected to a whole bunch of these different companies. So I decided to go in. Let's look at some more information here at the filing history. Here is the certificate of incorporation of a company, a private limited company, BG Wealth Sharing Limited, 19th of August, 2024. We scroll down here and it has an address of 117th Avenue, London. And then here's Mr. Lucero Donald, 1054 18th Street, Denver in the US. So that's kind of bizarre, isn't it? I also found the DSJ Exchange Limited filing history. Now, it's funny because it says dissolved, right? Checking that out. And here is the certificate of incorporation of a private limited company, DSJ Exchange Limited, which I thought was run by some Karen person. DSJ Exchange was founded in April 2022 by former Argos engineer Karen Sandler. The company is registered in Australia and Singapore as DSJ Exchange Limited and has physical offices in Australia and Singapore. But here it says that it began on the 5th of July 2024. And then when you scroll down, you get DSJ Exchange Limited and you get an address of 6 Beavis Marks, London, England. That was very familiar to me because the Financial Conduct Authority in 2025 published this warning about the DSJ Exchange, if you remember, and it mentions BG Stephen, that's our boy Stephen Beard, and Miss Alina, who we should also recognize from a conversation that I shared with you earlier. And you'll notice the address here is 6 Beavis Marks, London. Interesting. So we can for sure say that this is the same company. And now we come down here and the company director is once again not Stephen Beard as they claim. But here in Australia, the company director is Mr. Benjamin McCallum, whose nationality is British, and he was born in 1989. His address is at 13852 Haylana Drive in Keysborough, Australia. And that's kind of funny because I found Haylana Drive in Australia, and I scrolled all the way down to get all of the house numbers. As you can see, the house numbers range from like 14, 15, 16, 20. As you go up the road, they do get higher. They go up into the 100s. I mean, here we are. It's like 140, 146. You know, we come down here and we're back to the 25. And the thing is that I followed this entire road, looking at all of the house numbers all the way along. I even went and dropped myself down, brought myself into a street view, and then started just going through just where are the house numbers? What house numbers do they have? And I can assure you that their house numbers, right now I'm at 68 Kaylana Drive. This road is not long enough to go to 13,852. Like, it's not a thing. It's not gonna happen. Doesn't exist. So then of course we had to go check out 6 Beavis Marks. And as you can see, it's just another rental office space. So a lot of addresses connected to these rental office spaces in these giant buildings. So then I needed to know more information about Mr. Benjamin McCallum in London. He's British and a resident in China. And his apparent address is 70 London Road. Another rent an office space. So yay! So I decided to check out his other companies like One Ball Group Limited and Hoyo Cloud Mining Limited. One Ball Group Limited did trading as well, and it was dissolved, active about 2 years ago. It has the same registered office on London Road. And when I looked his name up along with DSJ Exchange, I did get a bunch of information, but no oh, here he is, you know? Now, wouldn't it be super easy if Ben McCallum was this Ben McCallum? The CEO of Cummins and Partners. Unfortunately, though, I did a lot of cross-referencing and really did check this out for a little longer than I want to admit, and it's not him. Mr. McCallum has stated that he lives in China, the US, France, and many different places. But I did manage to connect him to this AI mining thing that began in London, England in 2018. Old Miner Blockchain AI Co. Limited. So of course I went and looked up that company, and it's at 122 Leadenhall Street in London. It was dissolved in January of 2025. Go to the filing history, check that out. Here is the certificate of incorporation, Old Miner Blockchain AI Co. Limited. And when we scroll down, there's the address. And of course, here it says Mr. Benjamin McCallum, but this time he's in the United States. And when I look up 122 Leadenhall Street, I'm met with this other amazing tall building here that is obviously so big that you would need to give me a P.O. box or an office number, but apparently it's just this whole building, which is not true. It's fake address. So Mr. Benjamin McCallum has actually been associated with many different companies. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on. It never ends. So I decided to check out the latest one on the list, McCallum Trade Retail Limited. It was incorporated on March 12th, 2024. Originates in the United Kingdom at 25A Causeway Head, Penzance. Here it is, Mr. Benjamin McCallum, our British director. And the status is current, so I think this one might still be going. On and on. It never ends. Oh, never mind. The strike-off date of the company and the dissolution date of the company. Such a shame. I was gonna say, because the address here actually leads us to a lighthouse gallery. No, seriously, for real. There are apartments above it that I think you can rent out, it seems, but it's mainly the Lighthouse Gallery. Ooh, they sell some pretty things. Lovely. Wonder if they know that their address is being used for this. So, who is Dr. Stephen Beard? The man, the myth, the legend. The guy that apparently only has this picture. I remembered them bragging about an office in Singapore. So, I went to the Singapore company directory. I looked under B for BG Wealth, and there was a lot to look through. So, I went to the search. BG Wealth Sharing Limited. No results. Let's try DSJ Exchange Proprietary Limited. No results. BG Wealth. No results. DSJEX, no results. CR Global, no results. Not getting anything. Except eventually I do find CR Global Economic Sharing Group PTE Limited. Yeah, I would have never guessed that name. Incorporated May 29th, 2025. They are still a live company, and their main address is at 60 Paya Lebar Road, number 1153, Paya Lebar Square, Singapore. Just to double check, I looked up their UEN in Singapore, and yep, no, I found it. Same company, same address, and yeah, it says it's a live company. So I went and I looked up the address, and there was a building directory. There was a lot of buildings on it, so I went to the photos, and as you can see, it's a big giant building. So I decided to look up the address to see how many corporate entities claim to be there. And there is a lot. I actually found a few that were at 11 to 53. We had CZ Zen International Digital Technology, Ding Ding Securities, Avatar PTE Limited. And so at this point, I started clicking on them. So let's go to this one just as an example. Here it is with the address and everything. So I go to the search engine, I Google it, and I end up with this. So it is a legitimate live company. Yep, that's the address. Then I find the website, and it is a furniture company. So I do some more digging, and I come across this listing here for a virtual office at 60 Paya Lebar Road, number 6 to 28 Paya Lebar Square, Singapore. And I'm thinking that it probably goes further than to 28. Just the fact that this exists. I mean, there you go. I guess. By this point in the investigation, you might be feeling frustrated that I can't tell you who Stephen Beard really is, or who is actually behind BG Wealth Sharing Limited. But that frustration is the answer. The reason we can't identify a real CEO, the reason the biography doesn't match a real person, the reason the academic records don't exist, the reason the corporate filings lead to shell companies, virtual offices, and dead ends, is because the people running this operation never intended to be found. There is no real executive to uncover. There is no legitimate company structure to map. There is no British fintech mastermind hiding behind the curtain. The anonymity isn't a mystery, it's the mechanism. This is how these schemes survive. They build a fake face, a fake story, a fake company, and a fake identity to stand between the public and the people actually taking the money. And when you peel all of that away, what you're left with is not a person, it's a pattern, a system, a template that gets recycled again and again under new names, new websites, and new characters. So no, I can't show you the real Stephen Beard because he doesn't exist. And I can't show you the real owners of BG Wealth Sharing Limited because they never put their names on anything. What I can show you is the structure they built, the lies they told, the evidence they left behind, and the victims they're trying to recruit next. And that is why this investigation matters. Because when the people behind these schemes hide in the shadows, the only way to stop them is to turn on the lights. Despite all of this, there will still be people that will praise this man. And he is a real person in the sense that we have seen him on Zoom and he has spoken to us. It's just, he's not who he portrays to be. And if he wants to be who he claims to be, he should shed light on his actual background or tell us his real name. Usually, if a CEO of a company like this won't tell you who he really is, it's a huge red flag. Right now, BG Wealth is still going quite strong, and they are promoting all over different Facebook groups where they basically share all of their earnings, promote the company, and brag about it. Every once in a while, there's a funny post like this one. Been a member for 3 years now. How many years or months have you guys been members? Thank you to Professor Stephen and Alina. I'm now a billionaire and I own several crypto properties online. Time to retire from my per diem job as a Walmart greeter. But it's just a big giant network of Facebook groups now being promoted by people such as Anthony Tank Bryant and Kim Brown, or should I say Money Making Mama? In fact, on March 18th, Kim posted another BG office opening. We're continuing to expand across the US, and it's been incredible to watch this grow in real time. This isn't about hype, it's about systems, structure, and people taking action. More individuals are stepping into leadership roles, building teams, and creating something bigger than just a side hustle. If you've been watching from the sidelines, this might be your sign. No pressure, no promises, just information so you can decide for yourself. If you're curious about how this works or what's behind the growth, just drop info below or message me or the person who invited you. And then we have this very interesting image here of an alleged authorization letter where a Kathy Fueva in Los Angeles, California gets to build a BG Financial Investment Consulting Center. Except at the bottom, it's signed by the authorized representative, Stephen Beard. Allegedly. We have this IRS notice allegedly giving this Fueva and Associates an EIN on March 14th. So who is Kathy now? Well, upon further investigation, it is this Mualia and Kathy Fueva. They are BG Wealth, and alleged house sitter in Samoa, and of course went to the conference that BG Wealth just had. Looks like not a lot of people showed up though. And upon further investigation, I get traced back to an old Facebook where they were selling Kangen water. Yep, this scam follows me everywhere. But then who is Alina? Well, whoever she is, she's not very nice.
Hello. Your team has violated the platform rules. Please follow the solution agreed by the team and pay the account funds as the team's development fund. You will also receive a fixed return amount every 6 months with a total return recovery ratio of 130%. If you have any questions, please leave a message after the tone.
So this person says, how do I pay the account funds for the team's development fund? I would like to choose option 1 and have my money returned to me and go at it alone, making trades without signals. Yeah, signals. When I am telling you that these scams never stop, I actually mean they never ever stop. One shuts down, they open another one. Shut that one down, another one. It's like playing whack-a-mole with these damn things. I swear to God. And sometimes, it makes me just want to throw in the towel. But if we didn't do this, who else would? I enjoy what I do here. And I enjoy following all of these crazy leads and going down these rabbit holes. And if it wasn't for people like Oz, Danny, myself, and the other amazing anti-MLM and anti-scam advocates out here, this list would probably be a hell of a lot longer, and the regulatory agencies would not have all of these companies on their list. It is because of the investigative journalists like myself and amazing volunteers in the public, such as all of you, that lists like this can even be made. I'm telling you, it goes on and on and on and on, and it just literally never ends. Thousands of these companies that are scams. People often ask, how come regulators don't shut them down? How come you can't shut down all of these things? Many of these are multi-level marketing companies. And I hope that this video answers all of your questions. If anyone in Beijing, or honestly anywhere on Earth, has ever seen this man's face, please contact me immediately. Because after weeks of digging through corporate filings, shell companies, fake addresses, and more AI-generated profile pictures than I ever wanted to see, I still cannot find a single trace of a real human being named Stephen Beard, or who this guy even really is. At this point, if Stephen's real, he's hiding better than half the people in witness protection. And listen, I'm not letting this go. I'm the kind of person who will wake up at 3 a.m. in a cold sweat, convinced I missed a lead, or spend my entire day replaying a company register in my head, wondering if I should have searched it one more time. That's just how my brain works when something doesn't add up. And nothing about BG Wealth Sharing adds up, which usually means one thing, and it's not good. It is important though. So I'm going to say this clearly. This company may be tied to a Chinese organized crime network, potentially even trafficking adjacent, and I strongly recommend staying as far away from it as possible. If you or someone you know has been affected by this scam or one like it, please reach out. You're not alone and you're not stupid. These operations are sophisticated, international, and designed to fool good people. Like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment, not just for me, but because the algorithm is the only way this video reaches the people who need it most. Thousands of people have already been harmed by this syndicate. We need to warn as many more as we can. And if I did a terrible job warning everyone, feel free to yell at me in the comments. That also helps the algorithm. We started this investigation hoping to uncover who Stephen Beard really is. Instead, we uncovered something much darker. A web of shell companies stretching across continents. A fake CEO with no past. A trading platform with no transparency. And a money pipeline that looks a lot less like wealth sharing and a lot more like organized crime using ordinary good people as collateral. In the end, the mystery isn't who Stephen Beard is. It's why so many people were asked to trust a man who doesn't seem to exist at all. If this video does anything, I hope it gives you enough proof to walk away, or enough evidence to help someone you love do the same. Stay safe out here. Stay skeptical.